Are you ready to rumble? In one corner of the ring, we have Severus Snape, and in the next corner of the ring, we have Sirius Black. Who will win an all-out duel between these two great wizards? Will it be the former headmaster, or will it be the Marauders? Let's get into the action. Welcome back to Harry Potter Daily, the channel where it is all about Harry Potter every day of the week. For today's video, we're examining who would win a battle between Severus Snape and Sirius Black. We will be looking at two factors to determine a winner: overall dueling ability displayed throughout the series and overall knowledge of magic. Let's get into the action. So, let's first look at their overall knowledge of magic, starting with Severus Snape. Severus Snape, in my estimation, was on a trajectory to be one of the greatest wizards, if not the greatest wizard who ever lived. The things he had accomplished at his age was beyond what most older witches and wizards had accomplished. I was willing to bet that there was nobody within 10 years of Severus Snape's age or younger who was able to take him on one-on-one with a duel or add the knowledge that he had about magic. From early as his high school days, he was already above his peer. It was Sirius Black himself who revealed that Snape's proficiency of the dark arts in his first year was superior to half of the 7th year students at Hogwarts. While still at Hogwarts, he went on to edit his potion textbook to improve the potions, which was later used by Harry Potter to drastically improve Harry Potter's potion skill beyond that of even Hermione Granger, who was the best witch of her year. Snape's potion ability was so advanced, he was able to brew a potion to slow down a curse that was destined to kill Albus Dumbledore, something which the great Albus Dumbledore was not able to do, as Dumbledore confessed he only survived due to Severus Snape's knowledge of potions and the dark arts. While Dumbledore would have ultimately died, Snape was able to extend his life. Furthermore, Snape was able to save Catibel from a poisoned necklace. Snape was also skillful at occlumency and legilimency. In my estimation, Snape was one of the greatest occluments, if not the greatest occlument, to have ever lived. Voldemort was considered in some circles to be history's greatest legilimens, and even he was unable to read Snape's mind, despite being around him on countless occasions. Only Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald was said to have the ability to shield their minds from Voldemort. However, I would believe that Severus Snape was a better occlument than both, since he would have spent far more time around Voldemort than both. Snape was talented at transfiguration, as he was very skillful at conjunction and vanishment, two very useful skills in battle. He was seen transfiguring the fire that McGonagall sent after him in their infamous duel into a great black snake. And speaking of snake, he was able to effortlessly vanish the snake Malfoy had sent after Harry Potter in the dueling club in the Chamber of Secrets. Snape was also able to fly, a skill only seen being utilized by Lord Voldemort himself in the books. Now, let's look at Sirius Black. Sirius Black was a powerful wizard as well. Sirius was able to become an animagus while he was still a student, taking on the shape of a large black dog. This ability later turned out to be useful, as he was able to utilize this skill to survive Azkaban and to later escape Azkaban. This proved he was gifted at transfiguration, and transfiguration was a skill which could be very useful in battle, as was seen during the battle between Dumbledore and Voldemort at the Department of Mystery. Sirius was also talented at charms. Along with his 3 other friends, he was able to create the Marauders Map. The magic behind this map was so powerful that the map and its magic outlived the original 4 creators. As a child, he was able to place permanent sticking charms in his room at number 12 Grimmauld Place that was so advanced his parents couldn't remove it. Sirius was also good at legilimency and occlumency, which was evident with his silent conversations with Remus Lupin at Grimmauld Place. When it came to raw knowledge of magic, Snape would have gotten the edge. However, in Sirius' defense, Sirius spent a portion of his life in Azkaban for a crime he didn't commit. Let's look at their dueling abilities, starting firstly with Severus Snape. Snape was not shown in many duels throughout the book nor the movies. His most notable contest was his half-hearted fight against the powerful witch Minerva McGonagall, who had dueled Voldemort and lived to tell the tale even though she had the company of two very accomplished duelers, namely Kingsley Shacklebolt and Horace Slughorn. When he was seen in battle, he was seen effortlessly dispatching Gilderoy Lockhart, who, to be honest, was not even an half-decent wizard and was basically a walkover. And come on, Harry has shown how powerful Expelliarmus can be. When next he was seen in battle at the Astronomy Tower, he effortlessly dispatched Harry Potter, the man who defeated Lord Voldemort without a sweat. Okay, we all knew the reason why Harry Potter defeated Lord Voldemort. Sirius likewise was not shown in many duels throughout the series. However, Sirius was not exactly a major character and was only really active for 2 of the 7 books, since he was really uncovered at the end of The Prisoner of Azkaban. From what we knew and what we can see, Sirius Black was a strong dueler. As a youngster, he was an active member of the Order of the Phoenix, and if James Potter had thrice defied Lord Voldemort and Sirius Black was practically his sidekick, it is safe to assume that he had dueled against Lord Voldemort at some point and lived to tell the tale. However, the one time we saw him in battle, his actions led me to wonder how he had survived the First Wizarding War, although in his defense he was rusty and, according to some fans, egged on by Severus Snape. And speaking of being egged on by Snape, take a look at our video who is to be blamed for the death of Sirius Black. Sirius Black went to the Department of Mystery, where he took on the extremely dangerous Antonin Dolohov, fighting him to a stalemate, before taking on the lunatic Bellatrix Lestrange. However, he was ultimately killed by Bellatrix after being overconfident and unfortunately standing directly in front of a mystery veil, which he permanently vanished into after being hit by a jet of light squarely in the chest. However, had it literally been anywhere else on Earth, he probably would have just gotten up and continued to be a handful to the dangerous Bellatrix Lestrange. So with that being said, the question now is who would win a fight between Severus Snape and Sirius Black? The answer to that question is oddly straightforward. We are seeing Severus Snape hold his own against Minerva McGonagall, even though he was not fighting seriously. Minerva was no pushover. She was an immensely skillful witch who led the resistance against Lord Voldemort and his army at the Battle of Hogwarts. Some would argue that Snape would have eventually been defeated by Minerva. Regardless, I doubt if Bellatrix or Antonin Dolohov could have defeated McGonagall either. I strongly suspect that she was the most powerful witch in the entire series. Sirius, on the other hand, was able to battle Antonin Dolohov to a standstill. Dolohov's body count included the likes of Gideon and Fabian Pruitt, who were Molly Weasley's brother, and Remus Lupin. Dolohov also defeated the legendary Alastor Mad-Eye Moody. Sirius holding his own against Dolohov and mocking Bellatrix in a fight showed he was no pushover. So, with nothing in their dueling experience to suggest either would have been able to defeat each other, we now have to revert to overall magical ability. I suspect Snape's knowledge of magic would have given him the edge in battle, especially when you consider that Sirius Black and James Potter were sensible enough to avoid taking on Snape one-on-one in a battle while students at Hogwarts. Now, if while they were students at Hogwarts, they were not willing to take him on one-on-one, Sirius Black, especially, that seemed to me as if they knew that they couldn't take him on one-on-one in a battle. And if they were students at Hogwarts and Sirius Black couldn't take him on one-on-one in a battle, chances are he wouldn't be able to take him on one-on-one in a battle while they were adults because Severus Snape would have had the advantage of years of practice, while Sirius Black would have spent most of his time in Azkaban, which would have stunted his development. So, how would the battle between both go? I strongly suspect Snape would have been far more patient in a duel against Sirius and would have eventually worn him out. Even if Sirius Black was slightly stronger, I strongly believe that Severus Snape would have still won because he would have just, by this time, be on the defensive and look for any opportunity to counter. Sirius Black has shown he can be patient, since it was patient that aided his escape from Azkaban. However, he has also shown he can be very reckless. Snape's level of concentration would have seen Snape being far more focused on the battle, and eventually he would have been able to take Sirius Black out. However, to be honest, since we have not seen many duels from Snape, we cannot count out Sirius Black, as he has shown that he can be dangerous as well. But my gut feeling, based on the fact that Sirius Black died because he let down his guard in a battle, and we all know that Severus Snape is not going to let his guard down, my money would be on Severus Snape. Let me know if you agree with this theory. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Continue to make it Harry Potter Daily. One love.